seekers, opportunity addicts, and social capitalists. It's your boy, DeJesus, the original OG. This is the first part of an 8-part video series to teach you the untold making it success strategies. In this series, we'll focus on how to get the social capital advantage and become the success that you never dreamed possible. I've been on the road for the past 2 weeks sharing this message with thousands of veterans, college and high school students, employers, and entrepreneurs. Now I want to share it with you. And I created this video channel because long ago I simply realized that it's just not enough to help you know it. I have to find a way to help you grow it. We may study how to plant a garden, but if we don't take action, the garden will never grow. After each video, I will give you access to downloadable PDF files in the show notes section so you can take action to improve your social capital building skills and your social capital knowledge. I got the G, if you got the O. You know what that spells, right? So let's go. Here's the bottom line of my message and of this video. If you want to make it, if you want to find the best job you can, if you want to get a scholarship or start a successful business, if you want to experience true freedom, freedom, finally being released from economic and emotional distress through opportunity manifestation. If you want these things, you must have a thorough understanding of the importance of social capital building and implement strategies to build it. As I continue to state, that evidence is deafening. The facts are indisputable. Social capital remains the #1 way Americans find jobs. Yet, it is not formally taught by schools, parents, or workforce programs. Why? The wise philosopher Confucius stated, "The person who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The person who does not ask a question is a fool for life." One question that I think every student should ask of every teacher is, why are you more concerned about measuring what I know rather than measuring who I know? As I stated many times before, y'all, the Making It movement is not only about getting you hired, it's about getting you higher. But if you're a skeptic, let's look at the most conservative data out there that we can find on how people get jobs. A Manpower survey of over 15,000 people discovered that 47% got jobs through their social capital strong ties and weak ties. A strong tie is someone you know on a first name basis, and a weak tie is someone your strong tie knows on a first name basis. 25% got jobs through job boards like LinkedIn, monsterjobs.com, and the others. And 14% got jobs through placement agencies, school career centers, workforce development programs, and even job fairs. Add up number 2 and number 3 combined. They still don't equal the power of social capital. My question to you is, why aren't you asking the question? That's why I say 47% of your opportunity search should be focused on social capital building. I'm not saying forget about the other strategies, but just look at the numbers. The numbers tell you what you're supposed to do. The question you have to ask yourself is, why aren't others keeping it real with you? Listen, the next time someone tells you to get your resume together because they're going to take you to a job fair, give them that type of look. Now pay attention. Turn up the volume. Turn it up. Get closer to the video. Here's something that I really need you to hear. I want you to understand this. When we look at that 47%, we found out that the majority of them got jobs from people they already knew. Think about it. They didn't have to go out and network. They didn't have to go out and meet new people. They didn't have to go out and buy a new contact management program or day planner. They sure didn't need any business cards. They already knew the person who got them the job. So what does that tell you? Think about it. What does that tell you? You already know these people too. You just don't act like it. Social capital building is not networking. If you're networking, you're not working. Social capital building is about increasing the economic value of your connections with people, institutions, and organizations. Networking is just an activity. Social capital is an outcome. The fact is you already have social capital and you really need to learn how to develop it. And then once you develop it, you need to spend it like cash. Now there's a little caveat. There's a little thing I want you to pay attention to. If you live in a low-income community, there's probably a lot of redundancy going on. And I'll cover that later. But the fact remains that you already know the person who's going to help you get the next job. You already know the person who's going to help you start and finance the business. You know the person who's going to help you secure the scholarship. You just ain't acting like it, and neither are your parents. Neither is your spouse, and surely not your teachers. Let's put in some work. I want to put in some work today. Think about a short-term career goal that you would like to achieve in the next 6 months. Think about it. Write it down. Now write down the names of 6 people who you know who can help you achieve that goal, or who knows someone else who can. Write it down. Take the time. Come on, jot it down. Now this is an activity from my book, Making Connections Work, but I'll give it to you now. And let me help you out with some things to trigger your memory about who these people are. Think about former teachers and former classmates. Think about former employers or former coworkers. Think about former coaches or former teammates. Think about what you like to do, where you go to do it, and the people who work there. Now, once you have the 6 names written down, check off the number of people on the list who you spoke to at least twice in the past 6 months, specifically about your career goal. Cross everyone else off the list. You got this. Now times the number of people you cross off the list by 2,400. That's the economic value of the social capital you just lost by not staying in contact with the people you already know. Now I know you didn't hit Mega Millions this week, or you wouldn't be watching this video. So answer me this. What could you do with that amount of money right now? You know there are many reasons why people don't believe and take advantage of their social capital, but I'll get into that in another video, or simply read the Making Connections Work book. The question I want you to answer is this: why are the people you know not helping you make it? And here are 3 things. Here are 3 things that we discovered. Let me know if they're true. Let me know if these things are true. 1, they don't know you need some help. They just don't know. Never spoke to them. Never talked to them. They don't know how they can help. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They're overwhelmed. And maybe there's a particular reason why they're reluctant to help. So let's focus on number 3. Yes, you may have messed up in the past. You may have a little credibility problem. The contact may remember you as a knucklehead, but that doesn't matter now. You can easily turn that contact into a connect. I told you Cardi B wasn't the only person from the Bronx talking about money moves. I told you this. And I'll show you how to do it. And I show you in the book, but I'll go over a little of it now. So before I do, I want to say a little thing about wasted time and energy. If you're one of our success seekers, that means you're in a 6 to 12-month program somewhere in the United States. It's usually a workforce or job training program at a school, community organization, college. And each year I speak to thousands of young people in these programs, and I ask them an important question. Do you have 12 inches? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, check out my YouTube video by the same title. What I'm trying to communicate is that you are only investing 6 to 12 inches of 480 to 600 inches, which represents the number of months in your remaining working years. Depending on one's age, that is not a lot. Out of 680, you're talking about a 6-month investment. So now is the time to get hungry. Now is the time to work hard. Now is the time to build social capital and skills so that you can change your future and the future of your family. So the rule is no credential without the connection. With social capital, you will increase your chances of not only getting a job. With social capital, you'll be able to get a better paying job. You'll be able to get a better quality job. And most importantly, with a high degree of social capital, you won't be wasting your time chasing a credential that you can't even put to work. Now here's a guarantee. A simple way to turn industry contacts into connects before you complete your program. It's so simple. Each month, inform your contact about your personal program accomplishments. Your program should be helping you do this, but in case they're not social capital builders, you need to take responsibility for doing it on your own. Let me ask you another question, and I want an honest answer. What do you think your connection is going to think of you once you provide 6 to 12 months of personal accomplishments in each of the following future economic opportunity areas? The skills you develop, the connections you're making, the work experience you're obtaining, the credentials you're being awarded, the education you're completing. Do I need to say more? Social capital is rich kids' automatic parachute that keeps them from a hard landing when they jump out into the labor market. Do you have yours?